to the Six Out Calcio podcast. Once again, I'm joined by Danny and Pranche.
Hey guys.
What's going on?
What's up, guys?
Well, we're back. It's been a little while. We've had an international break, of course. All the Serie A players and all the other leagues have been on international duty. So we got some time off, I guess you can say, to recuperate before the end of the season. We got some big games coming up. Sadly, no Champions League games. That's over for us, but we still got Roma in Europa League and the Serie A matches and Euro Cup this summer, so looking forward to that one. But yeah, we had the Azzurri, and just first off, how do you guys think they did overall?
I feel like they
Fantastic.
played pretty good. Yeah, no, I'm very happy with the results. We got 3 out of 3 wins, no goals conceded. There was just a few times where you could tell that Italy are lacking a striker, especially last game against Lithuania, where Immobile had maybe 4 or 5 chances that he should have scored. Even if he got maybe half of them, 2 or 3 of them, I would have been happy. But for him, he missed a lot of good chances. And if you can't score against a small team like Lithuania, imagine like the bigger, say, nations, not teams, but bigger nations, such as like the France, Spain, Germany, Portugal, in a big game when we need them to. It's kind of concerning. I would like to see Moiskin get a shot yesterday, but he went home early because of, I think it was fatigue. Also would like to see Caputo in that role, but again, he suffered an injury in training, so we couldn't see him. I just feel like Italy, that's the only thing that the only question around this team is who's going to be the striker when the Euros start, because it seems like Belotti, for me, he's been better for Italy than, say, Immobile has. But Immobile does score more in the league, so it's going to be an interesting question to see. But overall, I'm happy with the performance. A few standouts for me was Locatelli. He was absolutely phenomenal in the matches he played. I really like the way Bastoni played last game. Big fan of our left backs between Spinazzola and Emerson. And Donnarumma keeping a clean sheet, making the saves that he had to make. It was just a very well performed performance by Italy over this international break, and even the under-21s too. Happy that they advanced, and it's a good future for us heading forward.
Yeah, I think Italy played really well. 2-0 in all 3 other games. Obviously, there's a couple of scares. Donnarumma, I think he was watching too many of Ter Stegen and Szczesny tapes over his break, and scared me a little. A lot of the times when he was kicking the ball out, playing it out the back. But nonetheless, he got the clean sheets. Immobile, the guy's dog shit. I know Enzo's gonna go off on him later on, but he could have at least had like 6 or 7 goals on the span of these 3 games, and he just didn't because he can't finish. Good to see that we have a great pen taker in case the game goes to pens. But other than that, Immobile was horrible. I think the midfield was superb. The left backs, like Danny said, they're just incredible. With Emerson or Spinazzola, we can't go wrong. Just hope everyone stays fit. Obviously, Chiellini's fitness is going to be a problem, but we have Bastoni, we have Mancini, Toloi. But I don't want to say Cerda because he was below average. But other than that, I think the squad, I think we have the best squad in Europe. France is going to be the toughest team to beat, but I think our talent is younger, hungrier, and ready to feast. Locatelli, he's playing with his future Juve teammates there, and it's good to see. So a great international break. Unfortunately, the staff tested positive for COVID, and Bonucci's out for Juve. It's not looking good, but hopefully they all recover well, and we get back to seeing the Azzurrini and our Serie A teams do well.
Yeah, well said. Yeah, definitely. We had some more positives than negatives, I'd say. I think it's fair to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, Italy, they won 2-0 against Northern Ireland, Bulgaria, and Lithuania. So all 2-0. That was kind of the pattern we saw go on throughout the week. And yeah, you got to be happy with the defense. Not much to really comment on with them. I think they did well. The first match, Bonucci launched up those long balls against Northern Ireland. Kind of made my head spin a bit, but I think they all did great at the back. Cherby had some difficulty, like Marcel mentioned, but overall they handled themselves well, and you can't really complain about getting 3 clean sheets. Also, another stat that I saw was that Donnarumma and Italy's defense overall has gotten 18 clean sheets in 30 games since the arrival
Holy.
of Mancini. So only 12 games have conceded out of 30. So that's really impressive. And it's kind of cool to see Italy being Italy. You know, we're always known for being that good defensive side, and it looks like we're going back to that coming into the Euros. So that's good to see. So a couple, jot down a couple things on the games. I don't want to forget to say it on here. Yeah, like you guys said, Immobile, horrendous. I think he missed like 8 big chances in the 2 games he played or something like that, or something like that.
It was crazy.
It was terrible. And I think it was one of the worst of all time or something, the World Cup qualifiers, something like that. I saw a stat on Twitter. But if you watch the game, you know what I mean. He was horrendous. And he's been like that for a while now for Italy. I really don't want to see him start the Euros. But yeah, moving on from him, I can go on all day about that guy. I like Insigne. He had 2 assists in 2 games, which was great to see. He's been good for the Azzurri, as of late. I think since midway through last season, I've liked him with the Azzurri. Before that, it was kind of not the Insigne you see with Napoli, but since then, I think he's been really good for the Azzurri. And I think for the World Cup, not World Cup, but
Euros, I really
like Cup, of course, he'll be a big part.
One thing I like too was the link ups he had with, say, the Verratti with Emerson, which is very good to see because they're all on the left side. So when those 3 are linking up, it can cause damage. Even Spinazzola too, when he came into the match a few times, or when he started, Insigne was linking up nicely with him. And for me, he was probably, besides, maybe you can even argue, he was probably Italy's best attacker going forward. Insigne, he had 2 assists. He had the assist on Immobile's goal against, I think it was against Northern Ireland, the second goal.
Yeah.
And he had the assist on Locatelli's perfectly placed shot. And for me, that's great for me as a Napoli fan to see the captain of Napoli as well. Just him playing good for the Azzurri, and hopefully he can carry it over, especially now since he won the March Player of the Month for the Serie A, and he's just been really good for us as of late, probably our best player overall. And it's just happy to see when Napoli players do well for the national team.
Yeah, definitely. And another attacker I really liked was Berardi. Obviously, he had to go home early. When he played against Northern Ireland, I really liked the way he played. He also got a goal. But yeah, Berardi really impressed me. I think his whole career, really, when he's not injured, he does well. But the only issue is really injuries. He's always hurt, which it's gonna be a problem if we don't have him for the Euros. I think he'll be very useful. Maybe he might even start. Who knows? But and speaking about starting and Berardi and all that, Chiesa, man, he was horrendous. I didn't like him at all. For Juve, we've seen he's been on a tear. He's been really good for Juve. But for Italy, I feel like he was trying to do too much. I think he was trying to be like, okay, I want to impress the coach and the staff, so then they start me in the Euros. But it's not. It's play within the team. He was trying a little bit too much, and I didn't like that. He was running into a lot of players. And, I wasn't impressed by Chiesa, but I think he'll snap out of it. I think that was just a couple game stretch where he struggled. But I really do think that in the Euros, he'll do much best quality. We've seen it. And hopefully he can dive for Italy too, so we can get some pens, you know, because I know you fans get to experience it. So maybe for once I can celebrate that he has a dive. So looking forward to that one. Also, we all mentioned that Locatelli, he was incredible. You can argue he was the best midfielder in the whole career.
Yeah.
But even better, Barella, to be honest. He played great. He had that goal, like Dan mentioned, the curler, nice pass from Insigne, and he's impressed me, Locatelli. He's came a long way from at Milan. He's kind of like a thin frame guy. He wasn't that strong. He's kind of pushed off the ball a lot. But he's always had that shot, always. Even at Milan, he's always had a great shot.
Yeah.
That's something you can't take away from him. And I think over the years, he's gotten more composed and more calm, and his passing's improved a lot. And Locatelli is a great player. So that's great to see him play well. Also, Emerson, I liked how he played. He didn't do anything phenomenal, but I liked the way he played. But in my opinion, maybe I'm being biased, you guys can tell me, but I thought Spinazzola really proved that he should be the one that's starting in the Euros.
I agree.
He was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Against
Honestly,
Bulgaria, 1 man of the match.
I would not. For me, both of them played. I'm not trying to be biased because I'm a huge Emerson fan. I feel like both of them played up to par, and pick your poison. One of the two can even start. Like, I don't mind both of them at all. I really like both of them going forward. I feel like both of them are very dangerous on that left side. So gotta watch out for them because even Emerson, he had one shot where I think he hit it was
There's
either the
one.
post or the crossbar. It was just
Yeah.
a nice shot, and you have to look out for that because they're the type of players that they push forward. You have to be careful that if they shoot it, it's going to go in the net. And I feel like that's what Italy needs, especially now with, like, say, Insigne in the left. Just a guy who can push forward because Insigne is the type he will track back, and he's the type he'll cover for whoever's there, and great link-up plays as well. So for me, both of
Yeah,
them were
definitely.
absolutely, like, they were both good, and I wouldn't mind seeing both of them at the Euros, like one of the two, like, say, every game here and there.
Yeah, same. Yeah, I think definitely both of them will get playing time. I just think Spinazzola suits Italy more if he plays the bigger games because with Spina, his shot's not the best, and I'd say Emerson has a much better shot than him.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing that Spina's really good at is creating space and creating opportunities for his teammates. And I feel like with Insigne there, he doesn't really have to shoot. You have Insigne right beside you. So I feel like
Yeah,
he'll get a lot of openings for Insigne to cut in. I really like the dynamic they had together, and I think our left side might be some really scary Euros. I think we're gonna tear up a lot of teams there. So that was great to see. I'm really happy with that. For the right side, Florenzi did alright. Obviously, he had an injury picked up. He's okay. I would have liked to see Calabria, but obviously he's injured. He's gone.
yeah,
So I
it's
would have.
ECL.
It would nice. It would be nice to have him, but obviously that's not going to happen. Hopefully, he gets better soon. But yeah, I was really happy with the team. Like, not much to really complain about. Against Lithuania in the first half, really wasn't too happy with the way we played. To be honest, I was kind of
Yeah,
disappointed, but
But that was
it
like
was
the
a
C
pretty
team that
different
was
lineup.
playing. That was like the backups were playing because of
Yeah,
the
yeah.
upcoming Serie A games.
yeah, that,
I didn't mind Toloy at all. For me, he didn't do much wrong, and he wasn't amazing. He was just steady in the back, and you can tell he's a veteran in the back compared to, like, say, Mancini and Bastoni. Like, he paired up with them pretty good in my opinion.
yeah. I think Toloy's a good utility player to have.
Yeah,
In in the Euros, if someone's not playing well or we want to change it up or give it a different look, we got Toloy there, so he's really good to have. And he'll definitely get called up. I think he showed that he'll be useful for
yeah.
Mancini. So yeah, that was great to see from Toloi, who really did well. So I'm happy about that one. Donnarumma, do we really have to talk about him? We all know what he can do. He's
Mhm.
just phenomenal, one of the best in Europe, really.
He just needs to relax
Uh,
on the feet.
Yeah, that's
oh
one
yeah, what
one.
was that thing with
The
Basson, right?
Chesney and Ter Stegen, he's channeling them. I don't like that.
Yeah, that's one thing too. Like, even Mancini, like, I get, like, he try to get him involved, but there's one thing that you can't do against these bigger nations, say, and that's just pass it to Donnarumma because this guy, he's not the greatest with his feet, and it could cost us, like, a goal if, say, he has at the feet and then they're pressuring. So we
Yeah,
have to be careful. We
definitely.
have to take notes of that too, and just hope that Italy don't play like Napoli do and pass it 90 times to Donnarumma when we're trying to attack.
Yeah. And I like what Capello said. He said, and back then he would sub a player out if he passed back to the goalie, which I find kind of funny. And
Yeah.
I feel like we might have to do that with Donnarumma because even in the Serie A, we've seen he made a lot of mistakes. I think it was one against Torino maybe 2 years
Yeah,
ago. Uh, Sassuolo maybe it happened too. I remember there's like a month where he made like two errors that were really bad for Milan a couple of years ago. But
yeah, it costed them
um,
some big results there.
yeah, but it's gonna happen when, like, we have to remember Donnarumma was very young. He
Yeah.
started playing like
16.
he started
16.
playing big minutes at 16.
Huh?
So that's not many keepers do that. And to be honest, he has a head start on Buffon if he wants to match his legacy, which is
He
gonna be tough.
does.
But he has a big head start, so it's possible.
Italy have a bright future. Could be the next goalie
Yeah,
to win Italy a World Cup.
Let's hope
I
so.
believe he's
Well,
21 too, right? He's 21.
yeah, 21, 22. Like,
Wow,
also, like, he's still young.
Yeah, very
that's
young.
incredible.
And I think doesn't he have, like, close to, like, I want to say 200 appearances for Milan or something?
Yeah,
Or
he's got to
close to
be.
that?
He's got to be close.
Yeah. That's
Like, it's crazy.
Definitely.
Yeah, and he still
And
got, if everything pans out, he's still got, yeah, he can even play till he's 40. Who knows?
yeah, most keepers do really nowadays.
Yeah.
So, and what was I going to say? Oh yeah, so Donnarumma. One thing with him is that at 21, most keepers don't even play a professional game yet, or like for the main team. So, and this guy's almost played 200 already. That's
And he started for the national team.
yeah, it's hard for the
crazy.
national team.
Like
That's
that.
incredible. Wow. One thing I'd like to see is Buffon at the Euros. Maybe not as a player, but
Yeah.
just there.
You know
Yeah,
what, though?
I think
wouldn't-
so too.
I wouldn't mind him as a player either. Just say as like a third goalie or something. Like,
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind him at all because he'll bring like leadership. He'll help, say,
That's
Donnarumma
true.
like learn, and even the same could say like say if hopefully Chiellini's there healthy because he's a good character to have in the locker room. He's a good player to have on the field. Just like a guy like that too, like a kind of like a De Rossi role too. He can help the players and stuff, and that would be like a Buffon. He can help Donnarumma learn, like grow as a keeper, and because usually, okay, not most of the time, the third goalies don't play. If the third goalie has to play, it's Gianluigi Buffon. Who cares?
yeah, it's not.
Like it's like
Yeah.
you'll be
You're
like,
in good hands.
yeah. So we'll see. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets called up, but I hope he does. Even if he comes to the staff, like with De Rossi, and help coach these players.
Yeah, I think just the one thing why he doesn't want to do it, I feel like he thinks he's taking opportunities away from guys like Meret and Golini.
Yeah,
I think that's why he doesn't want to do it. Because he's like, I had my time, I'm 40 now, I'll give it to the kids, you know? I think that's why he's not doing it.
Even when he
I
came
just-
back to Juve, he said that.
Yeah.
I just hope. I would love to see him like even on the sideline. Say like if Mancini wants to bring an extra guy in the staff, bring in Buffon.
Oh, that'd be
Just
great.
as
Yeah.
just like even like if he's like the kit guy or whatever, brings the players coffees and stuff.
Yeah, because we have a pretty young team, so the more veterans we have around them, the better it is. So, yeah, I would love to see Buffon at the Euros in any capacity. I don't care what his role is. As long as he's there in the locker room, then I think it would help. But I really don't think it's going to happen though. But that would be good to see. Yeah, I think that's enough about the Azzurri. I think we covered it all. Heading to the Euros. Before we go on to the Azzurrini, you guys confident? What are you feeling?
For Euros,
Yeah.
you know what? I'm always confident in Italy. Like anytime, even at Euros, I'm more confident at Euros than I am at World Cups with them. But if everything pans out, hopefully the team stays healthy. If we don't have any bullshit, I can see Italy even maybe making semifinals. I can see them making semifinals and finals. The way we can play, I feel like we're good. We're a good like side. Like people, I think we're gonna be like the underdogs or the dark horses to win Euros. I think Italy can make it to the finals, and who knows? I think we can win it as well. Like I'm a believer that we can win Euros this year, and I feel like Mancini is a big factor in that. And I like him as a coach, and hopefully this year we get to celebrate a Euro Cup.
Hopefully, that would be great. And one more thing before we go to the Azzurrini. I just want to mention that Zaniolo on Sunday is finishing his individual training. He's going back
That's
with
beautiful.
So it's happening. He's coming back.
Hopefully he gets come back.
Hopefully, yeah.
I'm not sure when the deadline is, but one thing I wouldn't mind seeing, even if Mancini doesn't want to risk him, is just call him up. Maybe for the group stages, don't play him, and then after that, he'll be more than ready to go. But even for the group stages, I think he'll be fine.
And good news too that they have the 5 substitution rule at the Euros. They're in talks. I think the decision has to be made in a couple of weeks or so. That they could be calling up from, I think it's 22, I think it was, to 25 players.
Oh wow,
that's great.
That's even better.
Yeah,
so that's
extra stop for Buffon and Zaniolo right there.
So
I would, but who knows if you don't take. I wouldn't take a 4th goalie. I would take maybe
obviously
one per position. Say a defender, midfielder, and an attacker. There you go. Zaniolo could be an attacker, midfielder. Who knows?
Yeah, he can play in both. So yeah, I think he'll definitely get called up. I just think if he's coming back, well, not coming back Sunday, obviously, but he'll be back as a team, and he's done his individual training. So I think around April 20th, we might see his return on the pitch, maybe off the bench. And by May, I think maybe mid-May or beginning of May. We might even see him start a game. So he'll be back soon, and I'm hoping he can at least get maybe a couple of games in before the Euros, so he's really conditioned and ready to go. And he looks like he's in great shape. He's been posting a lot, so he looks huge now. He looks like
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
I saw that picture on Instagram.
he's already bodying people before, so I want to see what he does now. Jeez, but yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And yeah, moving on now to the Azzurrini. Wow. I don't want to go forever on them, but now it's
I could.
interesting.
Yeah, that's the scary part. But
Well, first I'll tell the guys the scores. The Czech Republic, they tied 1-1. Spain 0-0, and then against Slovenia 4-0. The first thing we gotta mention, I think it's the elephant in the room here. 5 red cards in 3 games. What the hell is that?
yeah,
That's just unacceptable. Granted, a couple yellows were questionable, but still 5 red cards. That
Yeah.
should not be happening. They gotta keep their cool. I know they're kids, but come on. 5 red cards? I don't think I've ever seen that before. Ever.
No, it's like every match. Italy, it's like we had a bet. Like, oh, is Italy going to go down to 9 men? Is Italy going to finish the game with 11 men? Like, and it's just a compulsion. And granted, too, like I'll be fair. I'll be a little fair on Italy as well. There were some calls that you go, what the hell was that? Like, Marchesa, is it Marchesa? I think it was.
Yeah,
Marchesa, Marchizia. Yeah, his latest yellow card, the red card he got against Slovenia, wasn't even the second yellow, not even close. In a million years, you would never give it a yellow.
No.
And I feel like, yeah, Italy have to keep their composure, especially now because we're playing Portugal. So this is a team that's gonna hurt you if you go down to 10 men. And we're gonna be missing, I think, one player. I think he's the only one missing because Tonali's gonna be back. Scamacca's going to be back, and whoever else was suspended, will be back. Ravello will be back. And I feel like Italy, I think Italy can make it through. I feel like they have the team. They have some good players. Cutrone's been playing good for them. Scamacca is a presence in the air. Rovella, he's such a good midfielder. I feel like he should be starting. But Atese, I'm really impressed with. And just at the back line too, say Lovato, he's been playing good. Del Prato's been playing good. Konaseki's been outstanding. He's probably the best goalie in the tournament he's been playing. And I just feel like we have some good players on the team. And hopefully if they can keep their composure, they can even bring home this Euros. I feel like Portugal might be the toughest team. Them and say obviously France could be the toughest teams in the tournament. But if we can get by Portugal, watch out because this team seems like a team, if they catch fire, they can win it all.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, like Danny said, I think most of us have the same guys, like who thought played well. Scamacca, I think he looked really good against Czech Republic. He scored a nice goal, went around the keeper.
Yeah.
That was nice. Rovella, I really liked. Raspadori, I really liked. Lovato did really well. I thought Fratesi was one of the best players. He played very hard against Spain, and I think without Pobega, we would have lost that game. I think he was just our anchor. Kind of like Gattuso that game. Even my dad said that we were watching the game. He was playing really tough. So he was able to help us match them physically. Kanasaki, Dan, like you said, phenomenal. He was incredible. We wouldn't be going through without him, guaranteed. I think Frabotta did a great job of his work rate and whipped in a few nice crosses. I really liked Frabotta. And Cutrone against Slovenia was sensational. He was great.
He could have had more. He could have had
more. Yeah. So he was really good. But yeah, French, what did you think about the Azzurrini and how they performed over the break?
Yeah, they really impressed me. Obviously, they face a lot of tough teams in their group, and they really impressed me. Obviously, the red cards is an issue that we need to resolve. But there's one talking point that I want to bring up. There's one player that should be a veteran on that team, that should be a leader for his role, and he was probably one of the worst players on the pitch. And I think Enzo and Danny know where I'm going here. Sandro Tonali. This guy, I don't. He's on Milan. He's like contending for the Scudetto. He's supposed to be like at least for the under-21s. He should be a veteran for them. He knows. Obviously, he works with champions all the times at Milan, and he was horrible. There wasn't one game where I watched of him where I was like, okay.
There was only one game he played.
Yeah.
He only played the first game, and he
got a red card. He
suspended for 3 games after.
Out of all the players, I wouldn't suspect him to get a red card. I would think, okay, maybe
You know
the young
what?
guys.
I think he might miss the Portugal match. Now thinking about it,
Yeah,
I think he
thank
might
God.
miss the Portugal
I
match.
think it's better for us. I think with him out of the lineup, we played better. We played more composed. We moved the ball a little more. Tonali, I think, was clogging up that midfield. It's good to see him gone. Obviously, I want him to do well, but if he can't even perform well under the under-21 team, what's he going to do for the Azzurri in a couple of years? What's he doing at Milan?
If he gets called up.
I don't know. If he gets called up, I don't know what
For me, right now, the best young midfielder Italy has could be, especially on the team, probably Fratese or Rovella.
Yeah.
Those are the 2 guys that were standouts for me.
I
Really like
agree.
the way they played. And Fratese, too, I feel like he's more dangerous because he's a great dribbler. He can create chances. He's a good crosser of the ball as well. And I feel like him and Rovella together, especially if, say, Majority or Pobega play, I feel like our midfield in the tournament could be a key factor for us if we want to advance. They have to be big against Portugal because Portugal's got some good players. I think they have the best team, in my opinion, the best team on paper in the tournament. So let's see what they can do. And Tonelli, he was very poor against the Czech Republic. He couldn't complete a pass. His corners were terrible. And and he got sent off as well. That just summed up his game. Like, he was just terrible. And who knows if he comes back, who knows if Italy advance against Portugal, who knows if he's gonna be playing after.
No, he shouldn't be playing for the Azzurri, that's for sure.
Yeah, that was disgraceful from Tonali. I've never rated him. I don't think I ever will. He's just, I don't know. I think people spoke too soon on him. I think it's getting to his head. I don't know what it is, but I don't know. He's been terrible. So, get him out. Guys like Fratesi, Pobega, Rovella, they all deserve to start over him. So there's no point in having him there.
Replace him with Fagioli.
Yeah, put Fagioli. Why not?
I don't know if you can replace him. I don't know if you can replace players because due to the squad, I think it's just the squad you call up. That's what you have to go through. Which, in my opinion, I think the way they did this tournament is kind of stupid. They should just wait until after the season. I guess they didn't want to impact their heroes, but I just don't think I didn't like the way they scheduled the group stage now and then knockouts in a couple of months or something.
Yeah, I agree. I don't like how they. Just the dates they're playing, but what can you do? We're happy when they went through, of course.
Yeah.
Some struggles, but it's good to see they overcame it. And we're on to the knockout stages, so that was great to see. I think we'll end it here. I think we covered a lot of all the international football. Obviously, Serie A is back this weekend. And I'm looking forward.
And
yeah.
I think just one last thing I want to mention here.
Oh, Lord.
Lega Serie A. Parataci, Agnelli, please.
Oh,
Napoli and Inter had 2 COVID cases, and you guys postponed their games. You bent over backwards for them, please. We're facing Torino and Napoli. Postpone them. Bonucci's out, Di Marel's out, Chiellini and Bernardeschi and Chiesa might be out. Who knows if they have COVID? Hopefully not. But we have 2 positive COVID cases, just like Napoli and Inter. Where's our special treatment here, please? Postpone our game against Torino. Please. Yeah, that's all I want to say, please.
I think Juve has gotten their special treatment over the years. Don't worry. Well, we'll end it there. Like I said, I think we covered it all. Both went undefeated, so that was great to see. Forza Italia, looking forward to the Euros. Check out our social media at Calcio, Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff. Thank you for listening. We'll see you next week. Ciao.
Ciao.
Ciao, guys.